Blackstone presents Madness at the Movies, Understanding Mental Illness Through Film, by James Charney, M.D. This book is read by Grover Gardner. For Noah, and for Eleonora and Isabella from Greppen, with love. Preface: An origin story. I grew up on Long Island, not far from New York City, loving movies. A child of the 1950s, I went to the movies almost every week, first with my parents and then on my own or with friends. My mother loved musicals and dramas. My dad wasn't interested at all. I took after my mother. I loved the entire experience of going to the movies. Our local cinema was not very special, but it was magical to me. No matter what the feature film, there were cartoons, nature films, newsreels, and coming attractions. Sometimes the coming attractions were the best part of the show. Even mediocre movies looked good in a coming attraction short. I loved the horror films even though they gave me nightmares. I still get the shivers thinking about Them, a movie about giant radioactive ants created by atom bomb tests. Lots of 1950s horror films reflected the anxieties and paranoia of the Cold War, but as a kid I didn't know about any of that. They were just very scary movies, and I loved them. Years later I watched Them again, and I was pleased to see how well made it was. So many of those B-horror movies were just bad. If I was going to be terrified by a scary movie, at least I had chosen a good one. I've written elsewhere about why we like horror movies. See recommended reading at the end of this chapter. It's still something of a puzzle. As a kid, I would often watch them from behind my hand, fingers spread just enough for me to peek at the screen. One time when I was 9, my mother was delayed picking me up from the theater, so I stayed and watched The Creature from the Black Lagoon a second time. Boy, was that a mistake. I had bad dreams for weeks, but still I went back. Sometimes as a family we would go to roadshow presentations. You bought your ticket in advance for those. They were a luxury. A ticket for a roadshow presentation cost $2.50, when an ordinary double feature cost 35 cents. Unlike most films that ran continuously, these had a firm...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?